The global race to find a vaccine for coronavirus may see a breakthrough by September if human trials are successful in the UK and in India. The human trial of the Oxford vaccine, one among the many vaccines being developed across the world, started last week. Its Indian manufacturing partner Serum Institute, the largest vaccine maker in the world, plans to start manufacturing millions of doses in a month so that it has the ability to produce and deliver this at scale in September, by which time the human trials will come to an end. It's a huge risk on an unproven vaccine, but it's a risk that Serum is willing to put its money on as millions get infected with the COVID-19 pandemic.
When and if the trial is successful in October, September, October, in the UK, we will have millions of doses to distribute to our countrymen instead of waiting for another 6 months after that.
Serum estimates the price at Rs 1,000 for the vaccine. While a vaccine typically takes years to develop, Oxford has an accelerated timeline as it had a head start on the vaccine. The new tests have shown that their vaccine is effective in monkeys. Out of the 90 plus projects worldwide to find a vaccine, there are at least 6 companies that are actively working to find one in India. Biocon's Kiran Shaw says a made in India vaccine will be a reality.
88 vaccine programs that the world is pursuing today. Okay? And many of these have also entered the clinic. I think about 17 programs have sort of entered or just about entering the clinic. The most advanced, I would say, is the Sinovac vaccine from China. Then comes the effort that has been announced by the Oxford group.
That's right.
Also just entered the clinic, and let's hope that also gains traction, because they feel very comfortable that before the end of the year, they may be able to start immunizing people. Even in India, we have many, many very interesting vaccine programs. If all goes well, it could be in the market in a year's time.
But with WHO raising concerns about issuing an immunity certificate to those who have recovered from the virus, will people who are vaccinated be immune? Or will we require booster doses of the vaccine to ensure that people don't contract COVID again?
I think that coronaviruses generally are relatively stable, and therefore I expect that the vaccines to be developed today are going to be useful next year. Now, another thing that when you had mentioned the different types of vaccines, I think regardless of what type, there will be need also for a boost system. I don't think that a primary vaccination is going to be sufficient. And here's where I believe that we may actually have something to contribute.
The coronavirus pandemic is a rude wake-up call for the world, because if vaccines had been developed for SARS and MERS, we would have been in a better place by now. But with a shortened timeline and a global effort, it could be a matter of months before we have a vaccine for COVID-19. Chandra R Srikant, ET Now.